Hi everybody, welcome back to Canadian Boxing Hub. Just wanted to jump on and talk about a couple confirmed heavyweight fights. First, of course, we had the WBA ordering in this weird kind of three-way mix-up with Michael Hunter, Fabio Wardley, and Kubrat Pulev, sanctioning a bout between Pulev to defend his garbage regular title, nobody cares, against Fabio Wardley. Maybe Wardley cares. Of course, the positioning in the sanctioning bodies for now still matters, I suppose. So that will put him in a good place going forward. But I do think that at the state of Pulev's career, 43 years old, he's lost his two most meaningful fights in the last 5 years against Chisora and Joshua, getting stopped in that one, I think, back in 2020. So with a puncher like Wardley and with the performance he put in against Fraser Clark in the rematch, I'm expecting a 3-round, 4-round job here. Take Pulev out, snag the belt, and be off on his merry way. The other fight that we've had announced is, of course, with Dillian Whyte falling off the April 5th date with Joyce in what was a last chance saloon type of fight. We have arguably a better talent entering the fight than either of the previous two, but now maybe making it a worse fight in the sense that I perceive it to be more of a mismatch. Hrgovic, officially announced this morning by Bricktop, comes in and replaces the injured Whyte. This is the first time we'll have seen Hrgovic since his stoppage to Daniel Dubois. I think that was back in June of 2024. So this is going to be, 10 months on from his last fight. We haven't seen him in the public eye as much. So what kind of Hrgovic are we going to see? Is he going to be coming clearly a little bit out of shape? Is he going to be as sharp as ever? Is he going to be better than the last performance? I'm not sure if Joyce will put up the resistance necessary to see if Hrgovic has improved since his last outing. Some people were claiming that maybe he overtrained in that fight, that there were other things bothering him against Dubois, but I think with the style those two brought into the ring, there was only ever going to be one outcome that day. Whoever's chin or face cracked first, and the gash that opened up on Hrgovic ended up being the downfall of the fighter. I think Hrgovic, if he comes back and he shows what he's at the level he's been at and fights against Zhang recently, I say recently, in the last 4 years, then I think we expect him to run through Joyce. Of course, the question now with Joyce is how much chin does he have left for a guy whose main defensive strategy is to put his face in front of the punches. It's clearly caught up to him to a certain extent, being put down by Derek Chisora in his last fight. But he still shipped a lot of punishment on that chin without going down. So we've got Joyce, who's been down or knocked out in 3 of his last 4 fights, going in against Hrgovic. It would be merciful to see Hrgovic dispatch of Joyce early and get him out of there and hopefully send Joe on his way to retirement, but I do worry that he lacks that absolute, unconscious power that it takes to take a guy like Joyce out. I think this might end up being a bit of a lopsided beating where that right hand of Hrgovic just keeps finding a home on the chin of Joyce. I just can't see it any other way at this point, unfortunately, on the trajectory of form that Joyce has shown. Of course, back in 2022, coming out of his victory against Joe Parker, which, interestingly enough, I think was the straw that broke the camel's back in terms of punishment for Joyce. And since then, we've seen him go in against Zhang twice, and like I say, Chisora, as well as Akash Ali in there. And not having that juggernaut form anymore. So, does he still have any semblance of the juggernaut left in him? Is that enough to get past a Hrgovic? And can Hrgovic dispatch of Joyce before this gets too ugly? Let me know what you think. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and let's have a conversation. What do you make of these two fights? Is Hrgovic the best option for a replacement? I do think it's good work to get him onto this card. It does save it in a sense. And then, of course, we've got Wardley and Pulev. What do you make of that? Let me know. Talk to you guys next time.